morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lico Kenobi. And before we get started, we'd like you guys to please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, we got that out of the way. Let's get into this. All right, this article is a continuation of what has been going on with Disney Star Wars and about George Lucas when he had a script and he was ready to do a live television series, Star Wars Underworld. So I talked about it I think it was a week ago. I talked about this article, but it was a little bit of the context. But there's more to this than what I've read. So we're gonna read it, and you'll be familiar with it. So let's get started. Before Disney style, George Lucas wrote scripts that would have taken Star Wars in a darker direction with gritty TV show and video games. And let me tell you, man, I mean, gee Louise, bro. I read this article and I looked at the videos, especially this game. Wow, dude, it looked great. But let's take a look and see. Here we go. Before the sale of Lucasfilm to Disney, George Lucas had reportedly created a large number of Star Wars scripts that would have taken the series in a much darker direction. In the lead up to the purchase of Lucasfilm by Disney in 2012, fans could sense that something unusual was going on. Clone Wars was still going strong on Cartoon Network, but after the completion of the Legacy of the Force series, things on the publishing front went eerily silent. After a bit of a gap, standalone novels focusing on individual characters were released much earlier in the timeline. This felt like a very odd change from the long-form story arcs we had become accustomed to. At Dark Horse, storylines at either end of the galactic timeline were still being explored, such as the Dawn of the Jedi and Legacy 2 series. The publisher had recently updated the layouts, formats of their monthly titles, leading to a more unified visual style that looked like a major upgrade. LucasArts had been in turmoil for some time, with leadership changes, wreaking havoc with release schedules and a number of high-profile project cancellations. It felt like something was in the air, like the Lucas companies were collectively holding their breath, as though for some big announcement, perhaps signaling that the storyline of the EU had reached its natural end. Amid all these somewhat troubling signs were frequent chatter about a series being developed focusing on the criminal elements in the Star Wars galaxy, Star Wars Underworld. Yeah, that's right. There would have been a live television series before The Mandalorian. It would have been darker and grittier than ever, bro. And we never got it. First announced in Celebration 3 in 2005, it was intended to be a gritty story exploring the seedy umbrella of the criminal elements in Star Wars. George had long expressed an interest in scripts that would revolutionize long-form storytelling in the TV space, anticipating that in the future TV viewership would overtake the movies. He attempted to pioneer revolutionary new technologies, including what would later become the volume, to reduce the cost such storytelling would incur over a 7-year period. 50 scripts had been developed for what was intended to be multiple year series. I think it was 60. I think in the videos, when we put them up, there will be 60, I think. Well, let's see. Largely scripted by Ronald D. Moore of Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica fame, the series promised a new era of Star Wars storytelling with a much grittier, adult-oriented promise. So, let's look at this video, and you guys tell me what you think.
The Star Wars show, the scripts are going to be old. If you ever make it, the scripts are going to be years old. Are they timeless? Or?
They're timeless because they take place between Episode 3 and Episode 4, that 20-year period when Luke is growing up.
Okay.
It's not about Luke, but it's about that period of when, the Empire is really trying to take the thing. It's called Underworld, so it's the
It's
world.
called Underworld?
Well, that's a working title, but
Okay.
basically, it's underneath what's going on.
Okay.
And it's the criminals and the guys, the gangs that are running, like Wall Street, basically running the United States.
Crony Mac.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're not worried.
No,
Being
not any
as
level.
cost effective as you guys are in your process, the scripts are done.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean,
Okay.
they'll only get better, the scripts, and but no, it's really a budget thing. How do we get it down to a cost that is commensurate with the reality? Because even most people don't realize, but the prequels only cost $100 million each. In the world of Hollywood, that is nothing. And that's why we were so able to do something for 2/3 less than what the average studio would do it for, and why we're successful. But this is really tough because we're trying to do in 1 hour the same amount of effects and technology that a 2-hour film has to do, and we have to do it every week.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
tough.
Yeah,
And
sure.
try and do it for $5 million.
Sure.
But we'll get there.
I hope so.
I hope I live long enough for us, because the normal person would just go to HBO and HBO would say, okay, we'll give you $8 million, we own the world rights, and you have to cast this person. That isn't the way,
Yeah.
we want to work, and that's the last thing George wants to do.
Yeah.
So we have to find a way to figure out how to break even on it. It's never been about making a shitload of money. It's always about how do we break even. But also, you can't do that until you kind of get a clearer idea of the direction, because it's totally unreal. The Nielsen ratings are it's a complete falsehood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Bernie Madoff of, how you think. It's all a pyramid scheme, because they can't let it go.
Right.
Because if you do, then all advertising will disappear.
Right.
So everybody's holding each other up.
Yeah.
With these phony numbers. Whereas I truly believe in the next 3-4 years, you can put somebody on television, whether it's cable or whatever, and it can be disseminated where, 50 million people can see it one night.
Yeah.
But how do you monetize that? How do you get that back to the people who made the movie?
So it's on hold now.
Well, the reason that's on hold, we have 50 of the most unbelievable scripts. I mean, they're really, each 1 hour episode is bigger than any of the prequels were. I mean, they're just huge, and they're complex, they're dark, they're adult, they're but right now, technologically, there's no way we can do them for the kind of $5 million mark, which would be the maximum we could do.
5 million and 5 million an episode.
5 million an
Yeah.
episode. And that is because there's so much digital animation, because we have so many digital characters. So I think the idea is we'll just hold off, we'll wait.
5 million an episode. Jesus God. Oh God. Disney had the opportunity to make Star Wars great, and they blew it because they were cowards. They were afraid that nobody would not have watched it. People like me would have watched it. There's more to this. If you guys want to watch more, just head on to that Park Place and you can watch this interview video. There's still more to it, man. But man, I tell you, it's just so sad. Now, also in development during this period was a Star Wars 1313. Like Underworld, the story focuses was to be on an up and coming bounty hunter, later revealed to be Boba Fett, as he perfected his craft after the death of Jango. So let's watch this gameplay video trailer, and you'll see what you guys think.
Catch a deep breath. It'll be the last fresh air you'll get for a while.
Cargo lane cleared for descent to level 1313.
The rings aren't on Coruscant. They're underneath it. It's a long way down. It gets a lot dirtier where we're headed.
Hostage level 1313.
This is a game that could have been made, bro. This is a game that could have been made. This is a series that could have been made. Now, YouTube channel Young Indie Chronicles has published a portion of an interview with Rick McCollin, providing more details on the lost Star Wars Underworld series. Unfortunately, it seems they were never able to get the budget for the episode below $40 million per when a target goal would have been roughly $5 million. So I already played this video on one of my last articles, so we don't need to play this again. But like I said, dude, I mean, so here we go with this. This test footage for Star Wars Underworld made its way online a few years ago. While not up to modern standard, it's easy to see that Lucasfilm was still innovating in both technology and technique to bring a true cinematic experience to the small screen. So let's watch this video real quick and take a peek. And I think I remember watching this. I think I did.
Surveillance droid reports rebel activity in the area. You two move along. This area is threat level orange. Move along.
Hello. I was sent from Alistair. Thank you. Thank you. We could not have done this without you.
I think this is some kind of drill. Keep alert. Second team is arriving from the south. How long have you had these droids? DK-904 reporting in. I think this is some kind of drill. Show me your permit. We have a positive ID on a terrorist vehicle. Let's check it out. Copy that.
Haydi tun bir kişi tabi tunu metin nasıl için mesela.
The plans have been acquired. We will need weapons and your best soldiers. We will also need a ship.
This console has been compromised. Lock down the area and search the vehicle. Alert Team 2 of our situation.
We have a ship.
Cruiser class?
Team 2 reporting in.
think I'm being followed.
Initiate search. Proceed with caution.
Get in the back.
Let's go. Nobody move. Who is the owner of the speeder outside? Team 1, attempting entry into vehicle. Lockdown! 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 Hands where I can see them. Watch it! Watch it! Team 2, taking fire!
Right now, after this halfway, there's like a making of this, so it looks like. So let's see. Hold up.
Kill it.
We will also.
Man, there's more to this, man. Whew. This is pretty good. That's pretty good, man. That series was. I would have watched this, man, with no problems. Targeting taken in aggregate, it's easy to see that had Disney not purchased Lucasfilm, the plan was to explore the gray area of the Star Wars universe, the pockets of the galaxy where rogues caught between the rebellion and the Empire did their best to survive and profit. Somewhere locked deep in the vault at Disney, some reported 60 George Lucas scripts exist uncomposing these episodes, the internal build of Star Wars 1313, and the script treatments for George Lucas's 7, 8, and 9. What an alternate reality we would be in today had these productions moved forward. Man, I tell you this right now, man. Disney were such cowards, man. If Disney Lucasfilm would have bought Star Wars that year, those years ago, and George was still around, I think it would have succeeded, bro. I think people would have been loving it, bro. God, I cannot believe Disney didn't go with it. Well, that's it. That's it for this article. So you guys let me know what you guys think. So thank you for watching this video and thank you for being part of the channel. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I will be seeing you all until next time. Bye, everyone.